can't believe it. I have just crossed $100,000 just with FTMO. FTMO are the #1 prop firm in the space, as a lot of you guys can imagine or already know. Not only that, as well, my certificate, you can scan the QR, it's all been proven, and it's just insane that now I have had $100,000 just from one prop firm. Alongside with that, I've learned a lot of things in the past 2 years or 3 years trading prop firms, and I've really kind of dialed down just from trading FTMO and my personal account this year, and I'm really grateful for it because since then I've basically eliminated all the noise. I've been trading a lot better as well. I feel like I'm less all over the place, even though I'm making a little bit less money compared to before because of the scalability. I feel like I am more in control of my trading. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about how it feels to get $100,000 just from one prop firm. Of course, you're already seeing anyway, I've done up to 400K in payouts and much more in my trading career. So this is going to be a very interesting video for sure. And it's one of those of your favorites. It's a me to you. So what's happening, guys? My name is Dan Chung, aka Dan DC, or wannabe champ. I've been up to 2.5 million funded in 1 month, done around 400K in payouts from prop firms, and up to $1 million in the markets as an overall in my 11 years of trading. And one of the biggest things I always think is trading is the money that is used for freedom. Trading is the ability to do what you want, when you want, with who you want and how you want. And I think the most beautiful thing out of all of this is that my family are taken care of just because I click a few buttons on the markets every single day. One of the best things about trading is the process. I love the markets. I love watching the candles. I love watching just overall the market playing out, not playing out, managing myself. And it's the profession like an athlete where you're always trying to be better. You're never enough. And that is a good thing to understand, that you should always be better. But at the same time, you cannot change the outcome. So if you can do everything right, but still lose a trade, you have to mentally condition yourself and say that was a good day. And that's the same as anything, right? So for example, you try your best in the business, you try your best in life, you try your best in fitness or whatever it may be, and it didn't work out. That is okay because you did your best of your ability and you are trying to improve every single day. That's why trading is great. So this video is obviously based on the fact that FTMO alone have paid me $100,000. And it's crazy. You know, really and truly, I think that it's solidified that FTMO is the #1 prop firm that I'll always trade with. I can't seem to trade with any other prop firms at the moment anyway. There has been one prop firm that denied me my payout recently for $5,000. And since they denied me of that, I can't really say anything about it due to some problems if I do. And the reason being is because it will cause a lot of issues on the back end. And not only that as well, it will cause a lot of issues just everywhere right now. But because of that $5,000 that was denied, it's really emphasized that I should personally, for me, I should only trade with FTMO and my personal account and continue to build CK Capital. CK Capital is going to be that space where if I was it, that would be the second firm that I would want to get funded with. And honestly, it is getting better and better day by day. Now, with FTMO, I would say that the whole journey of all the things that I've kind of learned over the past couple of years is that I actually trade better under a few conditions. And I trade better when I don't think about the payout. I also trade much better when I don't think about the phases. So for example, I think in terms of number of trades, right? So for example, if you have to go for a 10% or 5%, instead of thinking I have to make $10,000, I think of the number of trades. So if I'm risking 1% per trade for a 2% return, so 1 to 2R, I just need 5 trades. So I think to myself, I just need 5 wins. Okay, cool, I lose. I just need another half a win to recover that. I just think of trades and trades and trades, not the monetary value, not the percentage, but trades, because I feel like the trades are so much more tangible. They're so much less emotional as well. And it just kind of makes it a lot more easier to kind of focus on and think about when it's only in number of trades. For example, let's just say again, for it's a 1 to 2R, to get 5%, I only need a 2.5 trades. So 3, if I win 3 trades in a row, I've passed phase 2. That's it, 3 trades in a row. Now, when you're in the funded stage, you literally don't only think in trades again, because let's just say I want to make 20K and that's 10%. I'm listing 1 to 2. I only need 5 winning trades. That's kind of crazy. 5 winning trades and I would make $20,000. See, even me saying that has hopefully already conditioned your mind and changed everything when it comes to trading. And these are the nuggets that I think that you can only learn from experiences of becoming that trader. And these are the only nuggets that you can learn when you trade through. Now, the second thing I've learned, and one of the probably the most important thing at all if you want to make big payouts, is actually to scale down. One of the things that I used to think, and you know, it's a bit contradicting, other people may say different things, but here's my opinion. People scale up, but the problem with scaling up and sizing up is then I get so used to the larger numbers. Then not only do I get larger numbers, I then start disrespecting lower money. So for example, say $10,000 I'm making per trade. If I make $2,000, I'm like, $2,000 is not a lot of money. But that's the problem. Already there, that is the problem. It's the fact that I think $2,000 is not a lot of money. But here's the thing. Hey, man, one day, if you think about years ago, I was just praying to eat. $2,000 is a monthly salary, and now that's in the trade. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is not right. And I don't care if someone's doing a million or thousands. It's me versus me type shit. And what I really understood is that I would much rather make $2,000 5 times and more consistent than get for that $10,000 and then not make $10,000 for another 2 months. That shit is just tiring, it's exhausting, it's unrealistic, and I can't do it consistently. It's like this. Look, at the end of the quarter, you can make $20,000 no matter what. Would you rather make $5,000 per month, or would you rather make $20,000 in one day or like $40,000 in one day and then lose for like 2 months? I'd rather than that roller coaster, I would want that smoother equity curve. At the end of the day, the finish line is exactly the same. Like, whatever it is you want, whatever it is that you're trying to obtain or ascertain, it's going to come into fruition as long as you have the basic fundamentals, you're working hard, you're being smart about it, and you're a good person, and you've got good karma will come to you. However, if you don't do the right things, it will never come to you no matter how hard you work, because it's the law of insanity, right? If you can do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So really and truly, scaling down was the best way for me, because I was able to compound over a period of time, and that's what put me on the FTMO leaderboard, and that has what got me my payouts and hopefully a scale up coming soon. Scaling down even when you're in drawdown, scaling down even when you're going up. So you're basically just sizing small, keeping the account and staying consistent. Next up is the feeling of money. This is kind of crazy, right? The feeling of money. The feeling of having that much accumulated just from one firm, or even the feeling of money in general that you've made over your period of time in trading. Once you get there, nothing changes. Money just emphasizes who you are. It doesn't change who you are. If you were a dick, you just have more money to be a dick with. If you're a good person, you have more money to be a good person with. I think that one of the number one things I always promote and I always try to teach people, and hopefully you guys as well watching the YouTube video, is that you got to enjoy the journey, because trading is so fun. Like, that learning, that struggling, believe it or not, that is actually the fun part. Because let's just say, at a snap of the fingers, you have everything you wanted. That just makes everything boring after that. Okay, cool. You want $1 million? Here's $1 million. You want the food right now? Here's the food. There is no challenge. There is no journey. There's no story. There is no life. So I'd really encourage you to really enjoy the journey and just think that stick to your goals and they will come true. It feels pretty crazy just to be able to make that much just from one prop firm, but this is just the start. I've really found my groove. I've really found like my space into FTMO right now, the scale up. I really want to just focus on hopefully obtaining and being a Quantlane trader in the prop trading space and in the influencer / trading space. Now, I'm really, really focused on that. So there'll be a vlog series for me just kind of trying to become a Quantlane FTMO, so like day one of trying to become a Quantlane FTMO trader. And if you do want to follow that, make sure you like, share and subscribe. And I am going to be releasing something later this year, which is a 3-step process on how you can become an FTMO trader. Now, obviously the time of filming this video, I've done 105k just from FTMO. In the future is coming too, so if you want to learn, even if you just want to make $2,000, $5,000, I believe I'm qualified enough to educate you on how to get funded and how to get your payout, as I've just hit that. So to me, congratulations, Dan. And obviously the younger me or the future kids who are going to watch my content, this is me making 6 figures just from one prop firm. Remember that you yourself are destined for greatness. Whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve. All you have to do is do it with heart, do it with integrity. Let the noise fizzle out. Let the haters hate. Let the supporters support. But you stay true to yourself and make your dreams come true. Champ out. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.